The end of my book says completed September 1936. I can't believe it. 3 years have passed. I've come back to Alexandria. A fool's journey. Memories. Ending up merely a memory would have annoyed the hell out of Justine. Justine Hosnani dominated Alexandria. She seemed to move in a golden glow. Blood sister to 1,000 tyrant queens. Her husband, Nessim, how we envied him, his woman, his power, the rich and sensual life we all supposed he lived. Purse warden, first secretary of the British Embassy. Not a day passed that he didn't delight us all with his savage wit, while each of us shivered, afraid that we might be his next victim. These people were the marvels of modern Egypt. Yet the truth about them would have made a street beggar content with his empty begging cup and open sores. Melissa. Only Melissa was exactly as she seemed to be. Melissa, the simple one, linked us all together, involved us with each other merely by existing. She did that, not even knowing.
Look around with me.
Hey, Chapegna!
Kiss me.
Toto, you're naughty. Interessante. You're outrageous.
What's she screaming for?
Melissa!
No, not you!
What happened?
He did. I saw him. He put Spanish fly in a drink.
Oh, it's a joke!
Oh.
bloody cow! What the hell are you doing?
Je suis malade.
Bombard! We've disturbed the school teacher. Goodness me. He's going to get his cane.
Get Dr. Balthazar!
Get out.
What is her name?
Je sais pas du tout.
Well, certainly you must remember.
Non, je crois qu'elle est complètement tige, c'est tout.
Melissa? Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with her?
It's everything. Malnutrition, hysteria, alcohol, hashish, TB. Help yourself. Call an ambulance.
You will have the best of everything. A private room, a specialist.
Liar! Give him away! If you don't have a girl, when I'm well, I'll come to you. I'll come.
Think she makes a living with her dancing? I should give up a decent wife and a beautiful child for a whore like that.
Ciao, Bombard.
The perfection of him. Who chooseth not male or female for his partner. Nor any like him. Go to bed, brother ass.
Bombard doesn't get back from the embassy till 7 o'clock. You can wait in the parlor.
Who's Bombard? You don't know me. Are there all that many women in your life? Do they just come and go in an endless parade?
I don't believe it.
I told you I'd come back. I need a vase or something.
We can sit in the other room. No school teacher's as poor as one in Alexandria.
You're not a school teacher.
44 thick-skulled gentlemen, mostly English.
The school teacher's that ancient with broken yellow teeth.
I'm also a writer. Well, trying to be.
That's wonderful. Read me something you've written.
Oh, never.
Then I'll take my flowers and go.
All right. It's god awful. The city is furious with excitement. The people seem to move in flashes of blue electricity. Their laughter scatters the pigeons from the minarets like scraps of white paper. Yet, beneath the excitement, I, like the pigeons, sense terror. In my mind's eye, clouds of dried blood walk the streets like obscure prophecies.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Everything's the matter. This bloody fan, you!
What lies did that old man tell you? I have to go.
Look, wait! Listen, please! I'm sorry! Whatever I said or did, I'm sorry. I couldn't even offer you a cup of tea. My electric ring's broken. Oh, that pigsty of a room. Those potatoes soaking in the sink. But I owe money to everyone, and this is my one and only suit.
Branding you. It's a special dye. It never comes off. Vigosmo, it means he's mine in Greek.
What? You're quite mad. Now, for some fine old Anglo-Saxon words, right on my belly dancer's belly.
For the first time in my life, I'm not afraid to be light-headed and foolish with man.
Delighted from every point of view. She is young, cheap, and clean. She is a partridge, a honeycomb, a dove. She's in some difficulty over money. She's just recently come from a lunatic asylum.
Enough! Pimp! What next? Pornographic postcards? Will someone remind this bug that I am a diplomat of a major power?
Oh, my dear Mr. Hoslani.
Jim?
You have frightened me out of 10 years' growth. You know, you're almost an hour late. But you've spoiled poor Nemjen. All these years, I've known that since the stock market closes at 4, I would be trimming the beard of Egypt's financial prince at 20 past. The market is so nervous these days. What'll it be next? Chaos? Revolution?
When in doubt, buy diamonds. Justine's annoyed with you.
When was your wife not annoyed with me?
If you couldn't come to dinner, you really might have called.
Diamonds?
With bankers, he discusses diamonds. With my colleague in the British Embassy, he sends birthday greetings to the king. With me, it's always sex.
Talking to an Englishman about sex is a complete waste of time. I believe the working classes still go through the motions, but rather grudgingly. We may all be in the same boat.
If you're not there at 6 o'clock sharp, she'll be furious.
Seek 30, will you, bitter?
Remember, the money is to be paid to me. Gentleman's agreement.
I'm sure he'll lend you the razor. Mr. Cohen would like to cut my throat.
Who is this man?
When are you going to stop following us? You're frightening Melissa. Well, she says you carry a gun.
You've cut me, you silly bitch.
Empty. Melissa's perfume.
I'll take care of him. He's been my wife's furrier for years.
I think you've given Mr. Cohen his last shave.
It's next to the last shave. A corpse needs a barber, too.
My master, where is he?
Mr. Osnani just left.
Where is it this time?
In the same neighborhood. She's a bloody fool.
Hey, teacher. Come with me. You've been in Alexandria, what is it, 3, 4 months? What do you think of it? Does it inspire you as a writer? Or is every town just the same as another?
I hardly know.
Then you better come with me. I'll take you on a little tour. We may need the help of a strong-armed Irishman. Come on.
I didn't know whether or not to believe, Purse Warden, that Justine Hosnani haunted these neighborhoods of the city searching for her lost child. A little girl she dreaded she would one day find in such a place.
Look, little darling. You like? Give me some more. Yes. Of course I give everybody have one. Please.
If Justine Hosnani really thinks her child isn't there, why doesn't she go to the police?
Is there a kidnapped child?
But you said that...
Yes. But for years, the child that does or does not exist has provided Justine with an air of tragedy which she adores.
Coming just a minute. Oh, gentlemen, come in, come in. You are most welcome. How pretty the little lady stands for you.
Justine!
Va-t'en, salaud.
Alors, qui est tout?
Va-t'en,
Laisse-moi.
Partez.
Alors, fiche-moi la paix, hein? Alors, espèce de
Salaud,
con, laisse-moi.
Allez.
Alors, cassez la gueule, hein? Ta gueule, chérie!
Va-t'en.
Ça, je peux me dire. I'll be back to get you bastards! I'll be back!
Why did I think you needed help?
There is another one in the back.
No, just wait.
See?
She really thinks she'll find her daughter here.
That seems to be the general idea. New kids are shipped in here every few months. Welcome to Alexandria, teacher.
Venez.
Come on.
Non, non, non.
Come back.
Venez, les enfants.
Justine, for the love of God, let's get.
Oh, get out. Tenez, je vais vous raconter une histoire. Je vais vous raconter une histoire de Yuna et Haris. À l'époque du grand calife, il y avait des guerres. Et elles étaient très longues. Les hommes partaient.
Justine's a great storyteller.
Justine! Vite, vite, vite! Vite, vite! Cassez la porte! Voilà! Il est là! À droite, à droite! De là! À gauche, là! Sautez! Attendez une bonne leçon! Je vais casser la figure! Les hommes, pas là!
Speaking.
Milan! Hurry. Coming, Lisa.
Oh, you're early.
Nemjin, the barber, told me Mr. Cohen is dying. He's been in the hospital for weeks.
I know. They sent me word from the hospital. What can I do? I can't go and see him. He has a wife and a child. What are they doing?
But if he's dying...
It's so disgusting. Please, don't make me go.
Of course not.
But if you think I should, I'll have to.
I'll go and see him for you.
Monsieur, comment ce n'est pas grave. Mieux aujourd'hui, hein? Bon. Tout de suite, tout de suite. We meet in strange places.
Where's Melissa?
In Cairo. Dancing at New Cabaret.
She's here in Alexandria. She couldn't bring herself to come, so you came instead. It was a kindness of you to come. I wanted to close my account honorably with her. I treated her badly. Very badly. She didn't notice, of course. She's too simple-minded. But good. Such a good girl. Something personal between myself and Melissa's representative.
I'll come tomorrow.
Check with the desk first. It might not be necessary.
You get well. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam.
Baruch haba.
Don't stay too long.
How can an old man bully a young girl into loving him? I cheated her in so many ways. The fur coat I gave her, her rag, breathe on it, and the hairs fly in all directions. Open the drawer. The rings, take them. She chose them herself long ago. You didn't believe she wanted to marry me. The jeweler let her bring them to my shop on approval. I chased her out. Yesterday, I sent a messenger to the jeweler. It's funny. While I was alive, I always worried about money. Now that I'm dying, I find myself insufficient funds. Why do I need this? Don't you know it ends like this for everybody?
See you in New York. Kaymak gibi yoğurt, taze yoğurt.
Dolmalık domates, turfanda sebzeler, turfanda sebzeler, patlıcan.
I've been waiting for you. Sit down. What happened after Persuaden dragged me out of that place?
I ran for my life.
Persuaden said you were a poet.
Well, what should I have done?
What you did, run.
Well, there were 4 of them.
Then you were probably wise.
You'd have killed them on the spot, I suppose. One just doesn't go around killing people.
Even those who kidnap little girls and make them into prostitutes? I'll take you to Nassim, my husband. You'll be friends.
Why should he be interested in me?
He has a passion for poets.
I'll give you my number.
No, I mean now. I want to take you to him now.
Why?
Oh, if you can't, it doesn't matter why. And if you can, then why not?
You're definitely on your way, my boy. Nessimos Nani would go hard. From his Arab father, 200,000 acres of land. From his Danish mother, not merely her blue eyes, but a banking fortune that gives me chest pains even to estimate. Justine is one of the few excited. Tell her the good news. If this young man makes the right impression, his teaching days are numbered.
Nassim Hasnani's invited me to his country house.
She's in the car alone.
We're picking him up at the office.
She is dangerous.
Oh, come on. Cohen wanted you to have these. They look as though they cost a bloody fortune.
Why do you remind me of something I'm ashamed of?
I don't see very much of each other. Sometimes weeks go by.
Dale, mit Neruz, the only true Arab among us.
How do you do? religious feeling, like being in church.
It is a Muslim song in praise of Allah.
Your God? My God?
Your God is our God. We're not Muslims. Naruz and I are Christians, like yourself, Coptic Christians. We actually believe we were the first Christian nation, even before Rome. Now other Christians don't even know we exist.
What does he care? Copts, Muslims, they're all the same to the goddamn English.
Naruz!
Before the English came, there was no trouble. Now Copts and Muslims are killing one another.
Naruz!
No!
I'm more embarrassed than I can say.
Oh, why? My father talks like that all the time. He's an Irishman.
I want him to apologize.
Don't expect an apology. We're all getting panicky about what will happen when the last British troops leave. The Muslims outnumber us Copts 20-1. You are not very interested in our problem, huh?
I thought you were a Jew.
I stopped being a Jew when I married Nissim. While I was waiting for you, I saw your Melissa coming home. What did she have to say about me waiting for you?
She said you were dangerous.
Everybody in Alexandria is dangerous. She could hire an assassin and have me killed for the price of a new dress. Oh, you have a crumb of sugar on your chin. Now let me, like a harem woman would.
Good morning.
Nissim and Naruz are off in the desert on some business. We're going for a ride.
In this suit?
Wear this. Or we could take a carriage.
My people told me that you stole this gun.
Tell us the truth and stop all this nonsense.
Effendi, I am telling the truth.
A gun like this? A gun not yet out of its factory grease, not yet fired. You found it?
I couldn't believe my good fortune. There it was, just lying there.
You told someone you could supply them with guns like this.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Every day I'll cut a piece of your flesh until we come to the true part, the part that doesn't lie. 2 or 3 days, he'll be the most truthful man in Egypt.
And if he's not, you'll keep slicing away at him as if he were a turnip?
We need to find out about the guns.
I'm frightened for you, Naruz. You shot at strangers for no reason at all. You wipe human blood from your knife as if it were water. My brother. My dear brother.
I called the hospital this morning. Cohen is dead.
I'm sorry.
He gave me a job as a model when I was very young. He tried to seduce me once. His lips tasted of wine. Did he mention me? How do a poet's lips taste?
Like Westminster Abbey?
Oh. And Cohen, what did he say?
I forget.
Oh, tell me.
His mind wandered. He relived his past.
Salt water? Chalk? Yes?
Nothing.
Oh, my. You never see that look anymore.
What look?
Oh, it's beautiful, so touching. But, madam, we must consider your poor husband. Don't.
Don't. Do not. Don't. I'm getting out of here.
Back to Melissa?
Ali said you were looking for me. I'm sorry you have to leave so soon. The observatory is my pride and joy. Justine had it built for me as a surprise. Are you interested in astronomy? No, I forgot. Poetry. You know the old poet of our city, Kafafi? Nearly all his poems have a plot, a scenario. Towards dusk there came one, a tall, rare, and perfectly fashioned youth with the delight of absolute incorruptibility written in his face. I hope we meet again soon.
Had any other fool lived such a day? From the moment I met Justine in Cohen's hospital room, nothing had seemed real. What the hell was I doing there? Why was Nassim so awfully nice, while his angry blood soaked through his bandage? You'd have thought we'd spent the 24 hours watching a jolly little cricket match.
What are you doing here?
It's cholera. Run for your life. Oh. Leave it. Leave it. Only an Englishman really knows how to get bronchitis.
You poor man. Your life is one misfortune after another. Whenever our paths cross, something terrible happens to you. Are you staying here indefinitely?
Justine, a little pity. He has quite a fever. You can gobble him up some other day.
That's what I'm going to do to Melissa and what you're going to do to Nassim.
Thank God I've been spared an undue interest in love. People use love as an axe to chop one another down.
I'm not a lover.
Recover your health as quickly as possible. My husband is not here. He's in Cairo for the day. I don't think he's interested in unknown poets anymore. Forgive me if I give you reason to hope he might be. Are you well? Is the bronchitis gone? And perhaps just a little bit of fever. Oh no, the master doesn't kiss the slave.
As Egypt takes her place among the independent nations of the world, as the British Viceroy departs and the ambassadors to the free kingdom of Egypt arrive,
Turn the bloody thing off.
the Coptic community pray that this will be a time for reconciliation between us and our new Muslim government.
Nessim is making an important speech.
I'll read it in the newspaper.
Must not be allowed to poison our future.
Are you leaving?
If you don't turn it off.
Does Melissa always do everything you say?
We think of ourselves as Egyptian patriots, united with our Muslim brothers in this crucial.
You really need an Egyptian slave.
No special privileges, only to be allowed to loyally serve our young king and to worship our God fearlessly and in peace.
You have just heard the pre-recorded speech by the Honorable Nessim Hosnani. Radio Cairo will now present its regular musical program.
Was it him? Why did he just stand there? I know he saw us at the lake. I don't understand.
She's nothing. She's a clown.
Toto, dear, how the hell would you know?
Wait till you see the next.
There's a look about her. What is it? It's as if there was absolutely nothing that she didn't understand while understanding absolutely nothing. You're a very fortunate boy, darling.
Oh, do shut up.
You're late. I believe you know everyone here except our friend Dark. This is Mr. and Mrs. Serapiman. Mr. Serapiman is the head of our Cairo bank.
روح البيت الناس ماك يلا امشي امشي روحي يلا
May I? Let's dance.
These little evenings your husband organizes, 6 weeks of constant celebration. What exactly are we celebrating?
I know what I'm celebrating.
Oh, I hate that.
Are all Greeks millionaires? Or only fat old ones? It wasn't even the whole night. Actually, he kicked me out. A whole week's wages in the collecting tray. Are you mad? You know all the tips go to the management. What does Justine want of you? I know these people. They always want something.
What could they possibly want of me?
I know you love Justine. I know you think of her even when you make love to me. Don't deny it.
Damn it. Who tore this up?
I did!
Of all the bloody cheek!
Fight softly, I beg of you. I have a barracuda in there. Thank God she's sleeping at last. Oh, what shall I do? Start a rumor that I have some horrible disease. I was born to be the victim of women.
Nani has invited him to join their party the night of the carnival.
Turn it down with a polite little note, and that's that. The carnival, it's a special time. Everyone goes mad. Last year, the wife of the Portuguese undersecretary was found with her head cut off. They had to bury the unfortunate woman without it. Oh, no. No. I wouldn't even think of going, my boy.
If I want to go, I'll go.
He's too innocent. Too simple.
Your situation isn't exactly Alexandria's best-kept secret. Nessim must know.
Let me decide what I must and must not do.
One morning, they'll find me dead in my bed.
I'm exhausted.
Bonsoir, Nancy. Comment ça va, mon
Oh, Justine, you look charming.
J'ai attendu, tu sais.
I want to whisper.
Of course. It's fun, you agree?
But of course, and my sins will be on your head. And you'll spend the rest of the days trying to live down.
I love the idea of anonymity.
Oh, how anonymous do you expect to be with that 2.5-ton ring?
Ah, the Hosnani exile. You never visit our city anymore. Is it because you hate us so much?
We have a big land, you see.
Forget your land and enjoy the beautiful women.
Justine, if you ever decide to housebreak that beautiful monster, you let me know, huh?
Go and find some dominoes. I meet you in the cloakroom. Come.
Young man, you're very handsome. May I claim the next dance?
Well, I'm sorry, but...
Well. You'll never know what you've missed.
Pombal!
Then he'll never recognize me. My consul general. I'm going right up to him and brush him with my lovelies. Tonight, I will avenge 5 years of insults. Wait a minute. I silence myself better without it. Be a lamb and park this for me.
Would you take that? I waited 3 hours for you yesterday.
That was silly.
Where were you?
I didn't feel very loving yesterday.
Oh, thank you. And when do you expect to feel loving again?
How can I possibly know?
So I stand around on one leg waiting?
I've really spoiled you, eh?
How? By making me think you were so bloody mad for me.
That's not entirely a lie.
Oh, isn't that a lovely compliment?
Any number of gentlemen in Alexandria would think so.
We got a table.
Shall we?
That is working.
I would like you to meet my sister. Liza surprised me. She came into Alexandria with Mount Olive, our old friend, the new ambassador. This is Justine Hosnani and her shadow, Darley.
Justine, my dear Liza, we meet at last.
I've met you many times in my brother's letters.
Oh, you know your brother is a liar.
Why? Because I say that you're the kindest, the wisest, the most beautiful woman in all Alexandria.
Of course you did.
Darley.
Say something to my sister, Darley, so she'll know where you are.
Hello.
A sensitive young poet trying to cope with a city that has come to terms with human obscenity.
Oh, I thought I was simply Brother Ass.
You see, I'm the sweetest of men. I'm totally misunderstood. Oh, God bless us all. The ambassador's arrived. He's with the king. He's wearing his tiger Tim. He really looks marvelous. Britain can be very proud. Now he's paying his respects to Memlik Pasha, the Minister of Security. He's our local Robin Hood. He robs the rich and kills the poor. Are you a man?
You adorable man. I want to smother you with kisses.
It's a dream. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. Oh, you're magnificent. Let me breathe. Oh, let me breathe.
Wine! I apologize. I called the police. He tried to rape me. I did not. You horrible man. Attack me. How dare you?
I feel like a damn fool. Somebody told me that the Egyptians were always very impressed if one put on one's tiger Tim, and here I am strangling in this blasted suit of armor. It just looks like another costume.
No, it's all inspiring. It's all inspiring. You radiate power. You look like a woman who's discovered that she's pregnant and thinks it might be Jesus.
So you haven't told her yet?
I haven't had a chance.
Miss Warden, you're a very lucky man. I'm going to be your brother-in-law.
It's true. It happened last month quite unexpectedly. One moment he was dear old Mount Olive, and a moment later he was David.
Well, damn it all, I thought you'd be pleased.
Well, careful. I mean, allow me one emotion at a time and a second or two to be shocked. I'll think of something to say.
What's wrong with God bless you both?
Nothing. Nothing. God bless you both.
Thank you. Oh, I suddenly feel absolutely exhausted.
I'll get our coats.
History in the making. Perhaps Warden at a loss for words.
Let's make this carnival one to remember. Your place or mine?
Go away.
I'll drop by your hotel tomorrow afternoon.
I won't be there.
The following day, then?
It's my day for the zoo.
Is it your loyalty to Nassim? Are you that foolish?
You won't believe me, will you? You really won't believe me. You boring, tiresome, obsessive society figure. From now on in, you're going to leave me alone. Do you understand that? When the hell are you going to stop being an old sin cushion into which we all have to thrust our rusty pins?
Next.
I'm going back to country now. Tell Nassim. Oh, I'm so drunk, Justine. But not good drunk. All this French wine. At least Balavarak makes men feel decently drunk. Are you drunk too, Justine? No!
Let's see.
Destroyed. Finished. They have traced the hat pin to me. I have already been questioned, cleared, and ruined. But the Consul General knows I was the whore who bullied him all night. My career is ended. No. Ended. I blame Justine.
Justine?
She had to lend Toto that absurd ring. You should have heard her with the police officer, so calm, elegant, in complete command of the situation. Poor dear little Toto, the ring was his idea. So I told him he could wear it for a few hours.
Well, what are you talking about?
People would suppose that Toto was Justine, and he would therefore have a very unusual evening. Hmm? You know what I think? The whole thing was her idea. She gave him the ring so she could be anonymous, to ravage at will. So, this is how it ends. At a time like this, how can everything taste so delicious?
Justine? Hello? Hello?
Hello? No, I was awake.
Whoever killed Toto must have thought he was killing you.
Poor Toto. Any one of his numerous friends could have killed him. Nobody wants to kill me.
If I were Nassim, I'd have killed you years ago.
Stop it. Not one more word. I won't let you frighten me.
I'm worried. I love you.
A few hours ago you hated me. Now you love me.
Will I hear from you?
Yes, of course you will. Goodbye. Poor darling. He knows nothing, and I'm convinced Melissa knows nothing.
I can't get rid of a feeling she knows something. Cohen was a boastful and silly man. I only seem to be an old merchant selling furs to rich ladies. Actually, I'm involved in secret plots. I smuggle arms. Naturally, he told her.
Then why didn't she say something to Darlie? We provoked her enough.
We're such amateurs, it's pathetic.
The guns still reach their destination.
I have a fantasy. When it comes time to fire them, lemon juice will squirt out.
I'm worried about Presswarden.
Well, what about Presswarden?
I don't know. Usually we're friends, but not tonight. He was cold and wanted to hurt me.
What kind of a man am I, using you like a common whore?
You are as childish as darling.
Have you fallen in love with him?
The same.
You've seen him constantly. You've made love to him in this room.
As a girl, I made love for a glass of sour wine, a cheap cotton blouse. Don't you understand that it is the first time since I was 12 years old that I haven't felt like a whore?
Schoolteacher, you were younger than your youngest student. At that particular moment, I still believed that Justine cared for me. How could I suspect that they had been using me to find out how much Cohen had told Melissa? It was bloody stupid. They didn't make sense. If the Hosnanis thought that Melissa was dangerous, they could have had her killed. I suppose Nessim was too sensitive. But I also suspect that Justine found seducing a naive schoolteacher was more amusing than hiring an assassin. But about Presswarden, they were clever. He had access to secret documents in the British Embassy. That made him invaluable to them. So, enter Presswarden.
You've got the wrong room. What the hell's going on here?
Don't shout. I told her you were an English gentleman.
Go away.
Viens, 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 viens. C'est le monsieur dont je t'ai parlé.
Get off my bed.
She doesn't understand a word of English. Poor darling, she was standing in the station, waiting for soldiers.
And you brought her here?
I had the feeling you would be kind to each other.
Oh, you bitch. Out! Come on, out!
Vas-y, vas-y.
Come on, out.
Presswarden, are you homosexual?
Yes.
No, I'm serious. I worry about you.
Because I refuse to walk through your sexual turnstile like every other oaf in Alexandria, I must be queer. Guilty as charged, Your Worship. Now get her out of here!
Allez, vas-y, qu'est-ce que tu attends?
Non, excusez-moi. Vous êtes très gentille, mademoiselle. Mais, comment ça s'appelle? Stockings. You tell her. Keep the stockings on. Might be rather more exciting that way. Justine, tell her.
Garde tes bas.
I can't imagine why I was so shocked. Heaven knows I should know you. I could do with a little relaxation. So, old chum, thanks a lot. You'd better go downstairs and meet her in the lobby.
Non, allez, habille-toi, dépêche-toi. Allez, hop. Allez, dépêche-toi, vite.
Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe? Je viens, je pars. Je fous le camp.
She's only 16. You're far lecherous old man. It's not funny.
Well, you...
No, it's not
You
funny.
brought her here. I didn't think it's very funny. You're the one. All the letters.
Oh, I love you, you wretched man.
2 coffees.
mescaline? Yes, I'm afraid so. A conspiracy among Coptic Christians, Nessim and Justine Hasnani. I am the world's leading authority on the Hasnanis. They've been my hobby for 7 years.
My bones tell me there's something wrong. I've spent my life with this sort of thing. Prominent figures in the Coptic community are meeting in secret all over the Middle East. Really huge sums of currency are being transported overseas.
Nessim Hasnani's idea of a conspiracy is somebody dropping interest rates 0.25%. And as for Justine, my dear Colonel Masculine, one really cannot be a nymphomaniac and a conspirator at the same time.
Your Excellency, may I discuss this with you privately?
They warned me in London that you two were at each other's throats.
Well, you know, really, in all fairness, he could have explained, you know, he could have mentioned that the Coptic Christians are about the only chums we bloated imperialists really have.
You're not at all troubled about the Hasnanis.
I like them. They're the sole treasure of my 7 years in Egypt. Well, anyway, look into it for yourself.
I fully intend to.
Good.
About Liza. You know, she really felt very badly that you weren't there to see her off.
Oh. I didn't want you to both have to put up with that elder brother hovering about, you know.
My dear friend.
Come, I'll tell you a future.
She definitely has the psychic gift.
Somebody should have warned you about Colonel Masculine's psychic gift. May I?
Please do.
Peekaboo. We know you.
You never get drunk twice the same way, Press Warden. You really are remarkable.
And you're a bloody conspirator, Hosnani. There is a report entitled The Conspiracy Among the Coptic Christians. It's 28 pages long and single-spaced.
We cops are accused of every crime under the sun.
I'm only accusing you of being a bloody fool. Masculine's got a record of every one of those secret meetings. All those transferences of funds. What in the name of God were you doing with all those enormous amounts of money?
We're sending it out of the country, so we'll have it when we are desperate.
The Muslims are molesting our priests in the countryside. Already churches have been burned. Next time...
Just 1 minute. Has anybody ever tried to count all the Justines? Justine is Medea, as Salome, as Peter Pan, and now, God bless my soul, as Joan of Arc, the Virgin Maid of Orleans.
Miss Warden, what can I say if ever we had a friend?
As the British aren't even remotely involved in this, I cannot even call myself a traitor. All I am is a run-of-the-mill informer. I've got gravy on my tie, booze on my breath. I'm disgusting.
God bless you.
What for? For being a fool?
Yes. For being a marvelous fool.
Shouldn't you make a phone call?
Lurking in the bushes, Mr. Cohen? I ought to search you for guns and perfume bottles. As I thought. The poet comes armed only with a notebook.
I'm worried about her. I think she's in danger from Nessim.
Your innocence constipates me. She uses Nessim to warm her feet. I'm not worried about Justine. All you're worried about is your failure as a lover. You so much as touch me. You so much as touch me again. And I'll have the embassy declare you mad and hold your passport. Now pick me up, huh? Help me. Don't stand there tearing, for God's sake. Sooner or later, she drops all her lovers. You've had a reasonably good run. Count your blessings, Mr. Cohen.
Yes, that's all very well, but if they know about the money, how can they not know about the guns? Or where the guns are going?
Information they have is unimportant.
Don't reassure me. How do we know what else is in the report? I tell you, we're in trouble.
of her. She likes him, huh? Oh, darling, of course you get well.
Melissa?
Hello.
Your clue's gone. Not even a note.
It's over. It's dead.
I haven't seen her in weeks.
You haven't forgotten her for 1 second. I can't bear it.
I'm never going to see her again.
As long as Justine needs you, she'll never let you go. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Melissa, come.
Where are you going?
Balthazar thinks a few weeks rest in a clinic will be good for me. It's nothing serious. I just need rest so badly. I won't forget any of it. How lovely we were with each other.
All right. Write to me.
Shall always come back to you if you want me to.
Get well, Melissa. You must get well. My mucked-up love life was not Egypt's only disaster. Civil war seemed moments away. The British were leaving. The Christian minority would be at the mercy of millions of Muslims. The Coptic leaders were panicked by Purse Warden's warning. They scurried here, there, everywhere, trying to find some solution to their problems. Now it was Nehru's turn to play his part.
We now have in various trust funds 250,000 piastres, which we have earmarked for a concerted propaganda effort to make the Muslim masses understand that we are not a danger to them, that on the contrary, we will make every compromise, every concession to win their goodwill. I have several proposals I would like to discuss. I suggest we form a committee to meet with the publisher of the Cairo Gazette, who has shown some sympathy for us.
This is God's house, not a bank. Let us speak the truth. We have already made concessions and compromises. Have you all forgotten who we are, the blood out of which we come? Does no one remember when this was our nation?
May I continue, Nehru?
To be Coptic Christian was to be something fine. Why have we let ourselves to be robbed of our rights until now we are nothing? A few bankers or businessmen may survive by bribery. But the rest of us, we who were once the marrow of Egypt, are no better than swine huddled in pigsties until the butcher can get to us.
What is this man talking about?
About something important. We should put guns in the hands of our Bedouins. We should dynamite. We should burn. We should put the fear of God into some of these bastards right here.
Nehru, he's out of his mind. He's a radical, that's what I tell you. I disassociate myself. No, I can't. I tell you, he's going to bring disaster upon us. It will utter ruin. He's a radical, that's what he is. He's a radical. In every group of 100 people, there must be an informer. Nehru has endangered the lives of every one of us.
Yana Ruse, I have to talk with you.
Talk.
Well, can't we go into the house?
This has to be finished. Well, talk. Go ahead.
Do you know how many people were in that church? It was an open meeting.
I can't stand that banker. He talks from both ends at the same time.
Memlik Pasha will know everything you've said. You're putting us in great danger, Nehru's.
Sit down. Are you afraid of soiling your clothes?
I'll call for Ali to bring you a chair.
Ali will be too busy packing your suitcase.
Where am I going?
I have a friend in Zurich who manufactures farm equipment. Take 3 or 4 months off and learn about electric pumps. Naruz, you're going.
The banker says so?
Everyone says so. I say so.
When I return, some Muslim general will ask me what I am doing on his property.
I will look after the farm, Naruz.
Guns that would keep us alive, you send to the Jews in Palestine. I don't want the Jews to fight so that I can have a place to hide.
Listen to me, Naruz. They are frantic. If you don't leave now, they'll kill you.
Who will kill me? Who? Those frightened old men? Those fairies? That whore of yours? Now you can stop worrying about your clothes. You can sit down in the mud with me.
He's mad. I begged him to leave. I told him what would happen. I don't know what to do. I won't let them harm him.
Do you expect them to wait until he destroys us all? Your weakness is as dangerous as his insanity.
He's my brother. If it were yours, what would you do?
Beg him to leave just as you have done, on my hands and knees. And if he does not, well, let him be killed.
What are you?
Hey, get down. I'll do it. Hands off! Leave it alone!
The speed with which she moved from man to man was staggering. Yet I was bewitched by the illusion that I would be the one who could finally know her soul. Who is this? Anyone I know?
Give it to me.
She was capable of any lie. Her supreme invention was a kidnapped child. A lost little girl. She haunted the nightmare brothers of the city, searching for this lost child, which of course was herself. It gave her a...
Balthazar said there was no record of your ever having had a child.
She was born in a wretched hotel room in Smyrna. A night porter was the midwife. I was 17.
Why did you come out here?
I felt a sudden need for a romantic Irishman.
What shall I do, huh? Song about Clarny? What did you use me for? To patch up some domestic problem with the Hasnanis?
Whatever I told you could just be another lie, eh?
That was the last bus. I need a lift into town. I have to meet Melissa at the train. She comes back from the clinic tonight.
The truth is worse. There was a child. I gave it away. I don't even know to whom. Like it was a chunk of meat.
I'm sure you. Oh, darling. Come here. You're so beautiful. Come here.
Oh, darling.
Laissez-moi Nani. I have examined the Quran. It will have an honored place in my library.
Mamlik Pasha, I am most grateful.
I am pleased that your brother's fever has passed so quickly.
Oh, praise God, it was nothing.
What treatment, besides the will of God, brought so swift a recovery?
He was watched closely.
A relapse would be very serious. Know that I am concerned about your family and will inquire constantly. How gracious of you to interrupt your so busy schedule on such short notice.
How gracious of you to have allowed me to come.
What a pity that we have not moved in the same circles until now. I've seen your lovely wife only at a distance. The next time you must bring her with you.
She will be as honored as I am.
Make it soon. Fix a day with my secretary. Any day but Tuesday. I so hate Tuesdays. On Monday, Allah created the trees. On Tuesdays, we hang our criminals from their branches.
Yes, you've told me Mr. Serapiman isn't there, but I thought perhaps you may have heard from him meanwhile. I can't find any of our associates. All right, all right. If by chance you should hear from him, please tell him that the meeting with the minister went exceedingly well and that there is nothing to worry about. He'll understand.
Ali! Where's my coffee? Ali! 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 Guru! Lakar! Lakar!
His eyes are still open.
He sees nothing. I don't know how he's still alive. The adrenaline did nothing. A vagrant heartbeat.
Ya Naruz.
anything worth this.
أنت الدائم ونحن الزائلون سامحنا روزا واغفر له ذنوبه آمين
آمين.
Come on, get in there, boys.
We've been trying to reach you, Mr. Post Warden.
Contact Errol in Jerusalem. Tell them that all the troops we can spare will be sent to him.
Oh, stay, Post Warden. We're finished.
Especially, of course. They're better organized in this uprising than ever before.
I'd say His Excellency could use a nice hot cup of tea, eh?
Terrorists in Palestine have come up with some very sophisticated weapons. We're scraping together some troop reinforcements.
Yeah, well, if you ask me here to volunteer, just remember that I've got two, left feet.
Liza's called off the marriage. I received this cable this morning. No explanation. Nothing. Why? Do you know why?
I can't speak for Liza. In the first place, I made a bloody fool of myself. It was just the whole idea of the, the blind ambassadors, you know, the stumbling down the embassy's steps and falling in an embarrassing heap in front of the King of Siam. Stop it. Then I thought how wonderful it would be for her. How marvelous if she really had a chance of a rich, full, and normal life. I wrote her a letter. I wrote a letter saying, bravo, bravo. I don't know why, David. Honestly, I don't know why. Melissa. Tell me, how do you defend yourself against loneliness, Melissa?
I've become loneliness itself.
What do you do after all this? Do you go back to spend the night with Darley?
I don't see Darley anymore.
Melissa.
First he promises me 700 piastres. Now he says 5. Take it or leave it. I'll have to take it. What can I do? 1 month in the clinic, no money coming in. Oh, it won't be so bad. He's already half asleep.
I would have said that 700 was really quite reasonable.
This is the only hotel in town that always has hot water.
Then you must write a guidebook to the hotels of Alexandria. With little stars for special niceties, you'd make a fortune.
What is it? You don't want me. Will you want your money back? It's almost 4 o'clock.
Stay. Get some sleep. Why not? It's not your fault, you know. It's mine. Liza, my sister and I are lovers. We can't love anybody else. Our parents died when they were very young, and we've always been together. We meant everything to each other. We didn't need anybody else. And for some years, we enjoyed perfect happiness. Oh, my God. How lucky children are. They don't know about that great, big iron gate of guilt ready to fall. And it fell in time. And we tried and we struggled to rid ourselves of each other. But we couldn't.
Are you all right?
Yeah, tip-top.
Oh, if you'd have seen some of the things I have. How people really are. I mean, when it comes to sex. You wouldn't feel so bad.
A few hours sleep and everything's all right with the world, eh?
Oh, I mean it. People in high places.
Don't give me your sympathy. She's my victim, and I'm hers. And that is that.
Who isn't somebody's victim? I'm Darla's, and I always will be. Here's Justine's. Do you really like Justine?
I like everybody.
I hate her. She is not half as clever as she thinks. One day they'll all be found out. I almost told Darlie about her. But I know how men are. He wouldn't have believed me. Or if he did, he would have hated me for ruining his pride. All she did was use him, as they use everybody. Even Mr. Cohen was hypnotized by her. Some of the biggest names in Alexandria society are with me.
Look, will you finish your bath and I'll drive you home?
Did you know Mr. Cohen?
Yes, I did.
He begged me to marry him. He wanted to leave his wife, his child, everything. He was so old. Oh, Mr. Cohen was none too crazy about you British.
Come on, William.
One night we're having a rotten time. He got so angry with me. He took me to a shed somewhere. There were crates and crates of, you know, little bombs, parts of guns. I remember the crates were labeled Wonder World sewing machines.
But how did you know they weren't sewing machines?
You're the first person I ever told. Oh, they weren't sewing machines. He and the Osnanis and some others were sending them to Palestine to be used against the English. To butcher John Bull, is what Mr. Cohen said. Why does everybody hate the English? I think the king and the queen are so dignified.
Why didn't you go for the police?
What did the police ever do for me?
Justine.
Oh. Will you dry my bag?
Hello?
You sound sleepy. Yeah, well, pay attention and don't interrupt. Hmm? No, No, I'm not drunk. But I am intoxicated by the beauty of this marvelous little capsule. Why didn't you tell me about the guns? Did they slip your mind? Downy-faced British lads dropping dead all over Palestine. Ah, what a filthy world. The slime of plot against counterplot. I told Mount Olive about you.
Nissim!
How beautiful. It's dawn already. You better start running. I reckon you and Nassim have got about an hour. Ah, Justine. It's such an unbearably long time.
You all right?
Of course. House arrest is not all that bad. The guards are most respectful.
How long will this go on? This house arrest?
Until we can convince the Egyptians we're not harming the local people. We did send guns to Palestine to help the Jews rid themselves of British rule. In exchange for this, they promised a sanctuary, if the worst came to the worst. It was good of you to come by. Most of our friends have either gone abroad or are in jail. It wasn't a bad idea, you know. I'll be back by 6. Can I drop you anywhere?
No, I just came to say goodbye. Pumble's taking me to the boat.
You're leaving us?
Yes.
Well, the best of luck. Well, I never did get a chance to hear your poetry. Pity.
What happened to his eye?
All things considered, they're really being very civilized. He's allowed a few hours out each day.
Isn't that bloody marvelous?
I always make you angry. Well, this time I don't blame you. All that treachery. It would be unmanly to forgive so easily.
Look, what you and Nessim were up to, I couldn't care less. What I care about is what I thought was you. And me and you, and that's gone.
Me and you? In the end, it was not you or Gus Warden or any of the others. All what I did and felt was for Nassim, for the plan. Palestine. We married for it. Now it's dead.
What will you do?
In Switzerland, there is money, but now you'll have to go.
This is why Nessie was permitted to leave for a few hours. And you prefer this? Conspiracies, lying, selling yourself to that ape.
Prefer it to what? Being remembered in one of your little essays on love?
What was I in all this? Some silly damn thing who happened to be around? Didn't you care for me at all?
There were times I simply adored you.
Who is that?
A boy.
Memlik Pasha. Now she has him. What next? The woman is indestructible. She's a monument.
There were times I simply adored you. I like Justine to end a love affair with the only really loving thing she ever said to me. I'll never forgive her, but I won't forget her either. I don't want to.